Episode 7 of Rivals Season 1 starts with Tony throwing a pool party at his house. By the looks of it, everyone is having a good time. Sarah and James continue their blatant affair. Cameron and Tony try to keep it on the down low. In another location, the Venturer team prepares to announce their bid for the franchise against Corinium publicly. The media is excited, but Tony loses it as expected. He wraps up the party and demands everyone gets to work. The news comes as a surprise to him, and Hermione tells the Venturer team about his reaction when she returns home. Her husband is on Team Venturer, and Tony no longer wants Monica to associate with her. Since the Venturer team had to announce their plans early thanks to Rupert's big mouth, or open trousers, as Declan puts it, they hit the ground running. Declan suggests they focus on getting more experienced people on the team and secure the support of the locals. Taggy offers to help with the petition, but Declan and Rupert don't think she can due to her dyslexia. Even though things are tense between Declan and Rupert, they agree to work together. Over the next weeks, Taggy goes door to door to garner support from the locals. She runs into Charles, and he secretly invites her for tea. Charles reveals how helpful Rupert has been with his mom after her dementia got worse. Taggy is surprised since she is still angry about what he did to Cameron. Meanwhile, Rupert secures the invites to an award show. He and Declan try to recruit more people from the film industry. Unfortunately, most of their picks turn them down. On the other hand, Tony is giddy with excitement after their show wins an award. He dedicates the award to Cameron, and Monica, his wife, feels hurt while watching the show from home. At the same time, Rupert tries to apologize to Cameron, but she is still angry. It turns out that the only reason she never told Tony about Venturer is because it would reveal their affair. As a matter of fact, Cameron is considering Tony's proposal. He is more open about publicly revealing their relationship. The next day, Tony returns home early. Declan visits Charles and offers him a job at Venturer. He convinces Charles that he still has so much to offer. Charles agrees to come on as head of documentaries. At Corinium, Tony orders everyone to sign contracts to prove their loyalty. He and Cameron plan to use the next few months to wow the IBA with their family-minded shows. Tony and Cameron offer James a new show centered on how to make marriages work. They ask James to bring Lizzie on board and cool off his affair with Sarah. James excitedly tells Lizzie and demands she helps him even though she likes to stay off camera. He asks her to do a screen test before destroying his career by turning down Tony. Tony also orders his men to look into Declan and asks Sarah to have Paul cause issues for Rupert in the house. He starts plotting his moves against Venturer. Charles calls Declan and is caught red-handed by Seb. Seb demands a meeting with Declan and offers to join them. In the meantime, Declan, Rupert, and Freddie get BAS on their side by offering to do polo shows. Tony is pissed, but holds his own. He tells the men that they won't win, given their inexperience. His words get inside their heads and they start doubting themselves. On the other hand, the Prime Minister, the House, and the media question if Rupert is backing the wrong horse by choosing Venturer. However, a visit to Wembley and reliving his former glory gives Rupert the self-confidence he needs to stay in the game. After learning that James might be doing a new show with his wife, Paul asks Sarah to be careful. He rogers that Tony will have no use for Sarah soon. Sarah does her best to seduce James, and Lizzie overhears them having sex when she drops by the studio for her screen test. Like the other women in the show, she doesn't confront her husband. She hides her pain and tries to do her best for the screen test. After a rough day of trying to get more support for Venturer, Taggy nearly gets into an accident. Thankfully, the car she nearly hits belongs to Rupert, who offers to drive her home. On the ride home, he suggests that she joins him while he canvasses during the election campaigns. As expected, Taggy quickly agrees. Rupert also tries to win Cameron over and offers her a job as controller of programs at Venturer. He also offers her a chance to be a founder, and that is something she will never get from Tony. Rupert gives Cameron their proposal and asks her to go through it before making up her mind. Cameron reads it, but Tony also comes with a new offer. He proposes to her and promises to divorce Monica after winning the franchise bid. Ultimately, Cameron chooses Venturer. Initially, not everyone is happy to have her on the team, but they agree she is good at her job. Maude, on the other hand, feels neglected by Declan and starts wondering about her future. As the tension rises, Tony orders surveillance on everyone on his team. It can't be easy for Taggy to see Cameron and Rupert together. She likes Rupert, but he has been putting up walls between them. She knows she has no right to get jealous since nothing is going on between her and him, but it must sting though. We then have Maude. Declan is completely neglecting her. She wanted to go back to London and try her acting career again. She is conflicted because once Declan wins the bid, it will mean she gives up her ambitions again. It can't be easy for her to watch Declan's success while she also resents him for taking her best years. Sooner or later, she will break from the overwhelming loneliness she feels. After witnessing her husband's affair, Lizzie thought she could do the same. However, is she ready even though she fancies Freddie? I don't think she wants to cheat out of revenge. She is most likely tired of being neglected and belittled. Freddie appreciates and encourages her. He makes her feel like $1,000 with his sweet words and thoughtful gestures. I know adultery is not something to applaud, but sue me. I am on Lizzie and Freddie's side.